Hello and welcome to, drumroll please, all 36 of you. I think in my last video I said I had 19 subscribers and now we have a whopping 36. I mean, how did that happen? And how exciting is that? Thank you, all of you, for subscribing. I hope that means that these videos are proving useful to you, which is great. Today's video, I'm full of cold. I had COVID 2 weeks ago, and now I have this god-awful cold virus, which is not COVID, but to be fair, is worse than COVID, I think. My nose is really painful. So, this video is not going to be a usual candle making video. We're not making wax melts. I thought what I'll do today is test burn the candles we made in the last video, because I haven't done one of those sorts of videos yet, and to be fair, this could be it. This could be the video that changes everything. We made our candles 2 weeks ago, so they've had their 14 days to cure, and I tried 3 new wicks, if you remember. This is the first candle, and this is wick LX20, so we have that one to burn. This was the second candle, and this one was Eco 12, which, if you also remember, I was a little bit excited about because I've used Eco 10. Excuse me. Sorry, that's the cat. I've used Eco 10 and I've used Eco 14, both of which seem so close but yet so far away. So Eco 12, I'm really keeping my fingers crossed for this one. And the third candle that I made was a VRL 18. So I've never used VRL and I've never used the LX series, so it's going to be very interesting. But just imagine if we get success. Excuse me. Just imagine if we crack the code. So that's what I'm going to do. We are going to test burn these 3 candles today in 3 different areas of the house. Going to do a 4-hour test burn if the candles survive for 4 hours without tunneling, etc, etc, and we will see what the results are. I think I'm just going to get on with it because you don't want to hear my snotty nose voice today. So we're going to get on with it, and I will be reporting back at hourly intervals to share the results with you. So hopefully we'll all go on a very successful little journey together today. Wouldn't that be flipping marvellous? You might add that I can't be in 3 rooms at the same time, so I will be putting these very safely and checking on them at very regular intervals to prevent a house fire. I'm going to leave the VRL 18 in its place of birth on the kitchen table. We'll leave that one there. Let's get that one lit. Here we go. What time is it? 46. So. It's a big flame. And she's off. I think I'm going to leave the LX20 in my front room over on my sideboard. So let's place that one there and get that one going. Let's light this one. Look at the size of the flame. Ow. Ooh, and it's off. Nice. So far, so good. And this last one, I think I'm going to place up in my bedroom, which is also my office, because I've got some work I need to do, so I can keep an eye on this one, which is the Eco 12. I've got a lot riding on this Eco 12 candle today. So let's go and place that one, and that'll be all 3 lit. Let's light this one here on the table. This lovely, beautiful, oh, aren't you so lovely, Eco 12, that's going to perform magical wonders today. And she's off. Well now, it's been 5 minutes and things are not looking good for the Eco 12 camera candle. So that's typical. I don't know, I think I might have cut the wick too short, I'm not sure. Wouldn't that be disappointing if that's the case? I'm going to keep persevering with it though, but I'll show you, and then we'll quickly go and do a 5-minute check on the other two, because I'd forgotten that you need to check after 5 minutes to see if they're sitting and smoking, etc. and so forth. So let me just show you the Eco 12. I mean, it's not funny. There it is. It just won't stay lit. So that's a little bit disappointing. I mean, is it lit? Is there the smallest and tiniest little flames there? I don't think so. No, it's out. So that's a bit of a disaster. Let's go see how the other two are doing after 5 minutes. Here's the LX20. Looking good. No sitting, no smoking. It's wafting a bit because I've just appeared next to it and created a little bit of a draft. But I cut the wick the same size on this one as the Eco 12. So I don't know what's happening to the Eco 12. I know it's very disappointing. Anyway, all looking good here. And here's the VRL18 again. All looking good. So 2 out of 3, in the words of Meatloaf, is not bad. I've managed to get it lit. Need to keep it in the shade so you can see, but it is lit and it is now working. So phew! It is 1:46 and it's been a whole hour. The Eco 12 is still lit, so I'll show you all 3 candles from what we're looking at here, and we can decide what we think. So here's the Eco 12. Bit of sweating on the top there. Melt pool's looking okay. Flame steady. Certainly not too large. Be interested to see how this goes. So that is the Eco 12. I literally have no idea if there's a hot throw because my nose is so bunged up, but I don't think there is. But there could be. Here's the LX20. The flame is bigger than the Eco 12. I would say that is about 1 inch. Seems steady enough. Obviously I'm breathing over it at the moment. Melt pool looks okay. Again, I have no idea if there's a hot throw. I can't smell anything, so bit of sweating around the edges there. What's the percent? The percentage is 8%, so that could potentially mean I need to reduce the fragrance oil percentage. But other than that, flame's not too bad. And the VRL18, again, similar size frame, possibly slightly taller than the LX flame, but steady enough at the moment. I think this one's going to start dancing. That's my prediction. Melt pool not too bad. Sweating a little bit around the edges. Yeah, I'm not sure how this one's going to do. In my experience, when the flame's this sort of tall, they do start dancing. Start doing the jive bunny, in fact. So yeah, we'll see. This one may be a no-go. Obviously, I am breathing over it at the moment, but we will see. A quick little sneaky peek at all my many failed candles. Actually, there's a load more upstairs where I hide them. Out of sight, out of mind. Fading candles? What fading candles? Don't know what you're talking about. Would you Adam and Eve it? 2 hours is up. It is now 2:51. So let's do another candle check on the test burn. And look at that. The Eco 12 is performing rather nicely now. So yeah, I think perhaps I cut the wick a bit short first time round, but it's good. The flame is a nice height, I believe. 1.5 centimeters maybe. Can't really see. It is sweating, which I don't know if that's cause for alarm, but I think that can be addressed with a change in fragrance oil. The melt pool is good after 2 hours, I believe. No sitting, no smoking, no singing and dancing. I think it's looking quite good, to be fair. Let's see how the others are doing. LX20. Well, melt pool's good. I would say the melt pool is bigger on this one than on the Eco 12. It's dancing because I'm talking. Flame height's okay, I think. I can smell it. I don't know if it's filling the room because I'm quite close to it. I can smell it even with my blocked up nose. So yes, we shall see how this continues to go. 2 hours in. Let's check the other one. VRL18. Now then, that's curling, which the CD wicks do, I think. I think it's because they are self-trimming. The flame is a decent height. The melt pool is decent. And again, I can smell it. Could possibly be starting to tunnel, in fairness, which isn't so good. But we will keep an eye on it and see how it's performing at the 3 hour mark. I'll tell you what, dare I say it, things aren't looking too bad at the moment. Glasses are all nice and very nice to touch. This one's still got a bit of a chill to it, I would say. So that's nice, because most of my other candles, when they're performing not so bad, the glasses or the vessels do become quite hot to the touch. I mean, you can still pick them up, but they're quite warm / hot. These ones are all quite cool. I'm not going to get too excited at this point. We'll give it another couple of hours. Check back in another 1 hour, which will be the 3 hour mark, and then the 4 hour mark. Breathe. Time is just literally flying by today. Well, it's exactly 3:51, so exactly an hour since I last updated you. Let's have a look, see what's occurring. Eco 12. Melt pool is, well, I'm thinking it's starting to tunnel, which is very disappointing to say the least. But I could be wrong. It could be fine in another hour. The flame's bigger than it was. I'm going to be quiet a minute, see if it's dancing because of me or not. It's not at all hot to touch. I don't know if that's starting to tunnel, which would be very disappointing. Anyway, this is the Eco 12. There is a smell. I can smell it. So that's good, even with my blocked up nose. What's your thoughts? What are we thinking? Let's go see how the other two are faring. This is the LX20. That looks nice. So, melt pool. Wow, that's looking good. It's not tunneling. The flame height is there, which isn't too excessive. Let me be quiet, see if it moves. Yeah, steady-ish. There's a bit of a mushroom ball appearing on the wick there, but nothing excessive. And again, I can smell it. So that one, I would say, is performing better than the Eco 12 at the minute. Let's see the next one. Lastly, the VRL 18, which is definitely tunneling. So, the flame is nice, but yeah, that is definitely tunneling. So it'd be very interesting to see how the next wick up, or even 2 up from this one, how that performs. And it's definitely one to try in the next candle making session, for sure. That's everything at the 3 hour mark. 1 more hour to go. I do think at this stage in the developments that the LX wick is probably our best performing, or the one that's going to achieve the best results, I think. The Eco 12, I fear, is about to start tunneling. The VRL is definitely already tunnelling. So all hope rests on the LX20. 1 more hour and we shall see. So it is now 5:01. So we've gone past the 4-hour mark. Let's check our candles one last time and then weigh up the results to see what we think. So here is the Eco 12 and it hasn't tunnelled. I don't know if it's begun to, but on the last video I thought it was beginning to tunnel, and actually the melt pool has widened. So if I bring it over here a little bit, maybe you can just see. So well, all is good. It's warmed up right at the very top, but absolutely no problems holding that whatsoever. The flame is still, let me put it back there. Flame is still a decent height. I measured it just now to be about 1.5 centimeters. I mean, that looks absolutely massive now. It's not actually as big as it looks on the camera, I will say. There's no mushrooming, which is a first for me, I think, in any experiment, test burn I've done. The melt pool's not too deep. It's almost reached this side of the vessel, not this side. That could come down to my centering of the wick. Maybe I've got that off center because the wick hasn't leaned over. So that has to be my own fault, I think. It is smelling. Again, I can't assess whether it's filled the whole room because my sense of smell is bad today because of my nose, but I can smell it. So that's got to be a good thing. Overall, not bad. It will be worth seeing what that does in the second burn because the flame will move further down the candle, which may in turn actually melt this side. So it could still be a successful candle yet, I think. Definitely worth doing a second test burn on this one. So at the moment, I'm staying positive and very hopeful. So let's go and see how the other two have performed at the end of our 4-hour burn test. And so here is the LX20, and again, there is slight mushrooming there. It's not a big mushroom. If I turn it round, well, actually, it's bigger there. Is that a problem? Is it not? Some people say that it is typical with first burns, and others say that doesn't put them off because obviously people have to trim the wick after each burn anyway, but it's not causing any smoking. The flame height is okay. It's dancing a bit. Obviously, I'm creating a draft as I'm talking. But the melt pool's good. It's about the same as the Eco 12. It's almost reached this side. Hasn't quite reached this side. But again, that could come down to me not having centered the wick properly. Perfectly fine to touch. So again, be interesting to see how this one performs on a second burn. Again, hopeful and positive. Not bad at all. And as for the poor little VRL 18, definitely too much for this little wick to cope with because that has definitely tunneled. So, yeah, the actual wick, I like the wick. It leans over like the CD does. But I think it's got a nice clean burn. I mean, I'm saying that, the wick's too small, but it's definitely worth going up a couple of sizes and trying another VRL wick. Although this one's not worked, this is definitely a big fat fail. I think the VRL wicks might be good wick series to use, so I'm quite looking forward to making a candle with a wick a couple sizes up from this one to see how that performs. So there we are, back in the kitchen where we normally are, and that is the results of our 4-hour test burn on the 3 candles we made in the last video. And actually, there's not been a lot of candles I've ever reached the 4-hour mark with because the vessels have got too hot, the flames have started smoking, there's been tunnelling, or, you know, various things. I haven't got to a 4-hour mark on any of the other candles where I'm feeling as positive as I am with 2 of our candles today, and even this third one, because I do think that wick series is going to be a nice one to work with. So all is not lost. I'm feeling good about it. So I will do a second burn on the other two candles and just see how the Eco 12 and the LX20 perform in the second test, and whether we can get that melt pool to reach the edge of the containers, in which case, happy days, we are on to something. I'm going to make a new candle with VRL 19, 20, whatever size I have there, which I can't remember what I bought in the little unboxing I did the other day, but I'm sure I've got some. So there we are. Test over and completed for this stage anyway. Whether that was of any use to anybody out there or not, I don't know, but it's the best you were going to get today with me feeling so shockingly bleh. If nothing else, you all know not to try this particular mixture right there, because your candle probably will fail, or maybe it won't, I don't know, but I'd do a different one. I'd go straight to a 19 or a 20 if I was you first. Hopefully that alone has proven to be useful to you out there. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you haven't been put off, and I will see you in the next episode, when you never know, my daughter might actually make an appearance. We will see. Come back and find out. All right, until the next one, you take care and see you soon. Over and out. Bye.